Hey guys! Practicing with the metronome is one of the most efficient ways to improve our time feel in music. But how can we make our sacred practice sessions as productive as possible? Today I want to share with you 5 tips that can take your metronome practice sessions to the next level. So let's get right into it. Having good time feel in music doesn't happen by itself. It requires conscious effort and focus. To develop what I call our rhythmic focus muscle, we need to do more than just playing alongside the metronome. The metronome is like a rhythmic compass that helps us stay on track, but our real work should be done internally. If we don't develop our rhythmic focus muscle while practicing with the metronome, it will be difficult to eventually play without a metronome, and we'll develop what I call a metronome dependency. Of course, that even just playing alongside the metronome is better than not practicing with the metronome at all. When we practice with the metronome, it's important to remember that our ultimate goal is to eventually play without the metronome. So let's dive into the 5 tips that will help you activate your rhythmic focus muscle and take your metronome practice sessions to the next level. Tip number 1 is to turn down the volume of the metronome while practicing with it. This will activate our rhythmic focus muscle immediately by forcing us to listen very closely to the metronome. Tip number 2, imagine that the metronome is not there. What I mean by that is to focus on each beat as if the metronome is not giving it to us. By that, we're taking full responsibility for our time feel. Remember, the metronome is just a compass. We don't want to be dependent on it. Tip number 3, subdivide each beat into duplet or triplet rhythmic units. So for example, if the metronome gives me quarter notes, in my head I could subdivide each beat into triplets or 16th notes. By that we fill in the gap between the quarter notes and take responsibility for the space between the beats. Tip number 4, set the metronome to only play 1 beat per bar. This will lower the assistance we get from the metronome and force us to listen to all the beats we don't hear from the metronome and stay committed to the rhythmic pulse of the music. Tip number 5, place the metronome on different subdivisions. This will force us to listen to the music with different accents than what we're used to. So these are the 5 tips that will help you elevate your metronome game to the next level. This will help you develop your rhythmic focus muscle that has to be activated in order for us to have good time feel in music. Hope this video was helpful, and as always, please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Until then.